Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Get started here. How many of you guys have had a chance to watch any of Michelle Obama's podcast there? I think she's in her 3rd edition. I think you're going to find it very interesting. See how it all turns out here. We're going to see Michelle Obama getting out here on these internet streets. And I think it's going to be a different environment for her. We're going to see. We're going to take a look at Michelle Obama's podcast. If you subscribe, join on YouTube, then, let us know what you think of the conversation. Michelle Obama. She's out here in these YouTube streets here, guys, and hope it all works out for her. It's a different world outside of that controlled environment. The White House here. Let's get started. What do you think, man?
She snubbed both Jimmy Carter's funeral and Trump's inauguration. And last week, Barack went to a basketball game all by himself. Turns out Michelle's been busy working on a new podcast, and so far, it's been a flop. The first 2 episodes have been up all day and only gotten a few thousand views on YouTube. Half of them are probably primetime producers. But still, Michelle's spilling the family secrets, like how Barry gets on her nerves. Listen.
Barack, he had to adjust to what on time was.
Because he was on that island time.
Well, but, I've got this husband who's like, when it's time to leave, it's 3 o'clock, he's getting up and going to the bathroom. And I was like, dude, like 3 o'clock departure means you've done all that, It's like, don't start looking for your glasses, at the 3 o'clock departure. But he's improved over 30 years of marriage. But that was you must adjust.
Michelle says her husband doesn't really like people, doesn't know how to talk to him, and doesn't even really care.
When a girlfriend comes to visit, it's usually like, you got to stay for 2 days because it's going to take us
so much
2
time
to check up. Now, Barack's come in, he's come out, and he's like, y'all still talking? He'll sit down for 5 minutes, be like, how are the boys? And the flip side,
I don't understand.
My husband, right? Because he golfs. And golfing takes as long as the first session of it takes 5 hours to golf. He'll golf with his buddies, come back, and be like, how's X? He's good. He's like, what'd y'all talk about? Nothing.
Hate to break it to Michelle, but guys don't get deep on the course. Normally, when someone rags on their spouse, there's usually a little love. Like, Jimmy, he never listens, but he looks cute in his suit. But that wasn't cute. Did she drop this podcast to distance herself from Barack so she could run for president? Every politician starts a podcast right before they launch their next campaign.
If she did, this would be the end of her campaign for president here. There's no way she can handle the heat that's going to come from broadcasting on YouTube and Spotify and Apple. And I'll show you why in just a second.
You, Gavin. And it turns out Michelle wasn't the only one who had problems with Barack when he was in office. Michelle says the kids were embarrassed too.
Every year we'd have the turkey pardoning. And that was the one thing that the girls would do at Barack, was to go stand next to him when he pardoned this turkey. Yes. And it was cute when they were little, but as they got older, you could see on their faces in the shots of them thinking, I would just poke my eyes out. Just right now, just get me out of here. I'm standing with my father telling these stupid jokes, next to a turkey. So by the time we got to the last turkey pardoning, they were done. They were just like, I'm out. I'm not going.
Michelle also revealing that she didn't want her husband running for president. That makes 2 of us.
Being married to the president of the United States thing.
Yeah.
that none of us kind of banked on. I mean, we knew Barack was smart and, ambitious, but, I think. But you talked me into supporting his run.
I did.
So her brother talked her into supporting Barack there. That's what she just said.
I was definitely like, nope, no way, this is crazy. We've done enough crazy stuff.
That's right. That's right. Barack came to me and he's like, I can't convince your sister to go along with this. And I'm like, whoa, go along with what? And it's like, I think I'm going to run for president. I was like, what? I convinced you to not penalize him for being really good at what he does.
Don't penalize him, Michelle. That's the message everybody needs to know. You didn't penalize him. You let him run for president. And she didn't show up for the inauguration or whatever, and she didn't show up for Jimmy Carter's funeral. But somehow she found herself in LA, getting herself ready she's ready to do this podcast here. And so I took a look at their podcast just out of curiosity. I'm see if there's any clips about this podcast. I took a look at it. I listened to what the guy had to say on Fox News. I didn't want to take his word for it solely. So I took a look at the podcast, and let's see what we got here. This is Michelle Obama's podcast. One of the reasons why I think it's going to have a hard time is because she, she's going to have to get dressed up every day to do this. And that's going to be, that's a chore. To do this every day or however long she, however often they do it, it's a production. Even just a little thing we do here, it's a production here, and she's getting on camera, and I'm sure she's going to be sensitive about how she looks, her appearance, and stuff like that. My screen seems frozen. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right, here it is. All right, let me see if I can minimize the screen. One of the things I want to show you is her views.
Or a day off,
Let me pull it
off other than his signed vacation days.
Never.
And I didn't know why. I just thought, he just had.
So this is her inaugural show here. The first show. Kicked it off here, and let me maximize it a little bit. See, it's March 12th, 2025. First show started out with Issa Rae. 12,000 views. 12,000 views. And Issa Rae, who she led out of the gate with. And I will say this, she did the timestamps in there. We look at some of the timestamps: crisis versus non-crisis moments. How many childhood friends remain? The difference in male-female friendships. Issa Rae joins the conversation. Friendship breakups, personal stories, struggles of a low-maintenance friend. Why friends assume you're too busy. Male friendship surface level until crisis. Like this, it just doesn't. There's nothing here that makes you want to listen or listen to them. Let's take a listen at the hidden struggles of hardworking parents. These two Ivy League educated, well-to-do people, and they're going to talk about the hidden struggles.
Sick day, or a day off other than his signed vacation days.
Never.
And I didn't know why. I just thought, he just had a great work ethic, which I think he did.
Which he did, but he never, it seemed like he was either never sick, which we know now was impossible.
Well, our father had.
Here's the first thing here. Like, this is the internet, baby. The gloves come off. You can't come on here looking like this. Calm down if this is how you're going to show up every day.
Multiple sclerosis. So I would imagine there were days that he woke up and he probably felt tired. He probably felt a level of exhaustion that came with the disease. But he just pushed through.
He just really just fought through it and didn't want to take any sick days. And
like too many folks in this country.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Theraflu firmly believes that the ability to rest and recover when sick should be a right, not a privilege. And I love that.
Is this nigga giving a Theraflu commercial? What?
Ability to rest and recover when sick should be a right,
Theraflu?
not a privilege. And I love that. Theraflu's Right to Rest and Recover campaign was created to help offset the financial burden that Americans without paid sick leave feel.
Like an ad placement within the damn show? It's fucking weird, right?
When they take a sick day. So far, 7.5 million workers have been impacted by this initiative, and Theraflu is committed to keeping the fight going. Because no one should have to work sick or choose between their health and their job. learn more or help someone.
Man, this is I can't believe you put an ad. I mean, these people don't even have to be out here shilling for ads like this. Damn. Fucking amazing. Michelle Obama doing a podcast. Former First Lady. And let's see what they're saying here. Guys, we're streaming on the John Galt clips. You may come in if you're on the Urban Landlord. You may have caught the kind of after we started here, but yeah, we're definitely on the Urban Landlord here and the Urban Landlord clips this morning. Matter of fact, let me see what's going on the Urban Landlord. Take a little time before we get into this more of this Michelle Obama. Any of you guys seen listened to some of the podcasts yet? I think she'd be better off not being on TV. Both of them. They're not that attractive people, and they don't have a face for TV. I'm not saying I'm the best looking, but damn, her brother is not that attractive either. And maybe they're gonna have some attractive guests. That would be a way to draw some viewers in there. But I don't think they're gonna be able to do it by themselves there. Let me see what's going on with the Urban Landlord here. See if we have anyone over there. Here, one second. Urban Landlord, what we got here? I've been scouring the market. I think I found me a new gaming PC. I was gonna buy a laptop, but I think I'm gonna get the desktop. Go with the desktop. I think that's the best bet there. Let me see what we doing on Urban Landlord. Let me pull that up. Where is the Urban Landlord? The Urban Landlord. What are we doing here? Oh, okay. I got you. All right. What's up, Stank D? Deacon Dave, you guys. Let me see. What stream are you on? Let's see. Okay, you're on Urban Landlord. What's up? You guys are up early this morning. I'm always up early too. I put out a clip. Put link for clip channel. It's let me do it. I think it's the Urban Landlord clips. Sometimes you catch us there. Sometimes you catch us here. Let me put that link in the chat. We're gonna get that channel monetized too as well. Let me put that link in the chat. Where is that? It's a good idea. Stank D, I think I got your email. I think it was you that sent me the email. And let me put that link in the chat. How's the performance on YouTube, by the way? I'm curious to know. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I guess you're getting buffering there. Damn. That's fucking crazy. How's the streaming going on your side, by the way? I'm seeing it saying it's poor here. Not receiving enough video. Man, I'm hoping this new laptop resolves it because I do enjoy streaming here on OBS from OBS. I don't know why YouTube is saying that. It says open widget. Let me open this widget up, see what it says here. Poor. Stream health. It says poor. Let me see if I close some of these tabs now. Maybe that'll work. I dropped a stream. I guess it'll be premiering about 6:30 this morning. It's about rents going up here in DC. Rents going up. And I'm wondering, I'm thinking that maybe this Trump going back to office is part of why the rents are going up. But there's another thing that you guys may have noticed on the stream here. The face of gentrification looks a little different this time around. They're concerned about gentrification, but the face of gentrification looks a little different to me from a landlord's view. This one man's point of view. It looks a little different this time. Anyway, let me get back into this Michelle. I just wanted to check, see what you guys on the clips. You're on the Urban Landlord channel. Let's get back into Michelle. And so Michelle's podcast here, I think she's going to have a hard way to go here. And let's take a look at some of the views that she's getting here. You know, we had 12,000 views. And one of the things in the YouTube space is the comments are really where the people will tear you up. And so she has 500 comments under the first video here. The fact that Michelle Obama and her team are definitely going to see these comments is pretty entertaining, and it will be. Can she stand the heat? Can she stand the heat? I don't think she'll be able to stand the heat here. I'm surprised they left the comment section open. What happened to your chef? What have you done, Mike? Wow. Big Mike already. What else? Was making meat but salted 2 potatoes. Don't forget those red shoe party. I mean, the comments are absolutely brutal in here. Came for the comments. Wow, 8,000 views at this point for his debut show. You know, I remember seeing Michelle Obama speaking at the Barclays Arena in Brooklyn. She probably had 20,000 people there. And here she only has 12,000 people. And let's say she did another 12 on Apple, another 12 on Spotify. That's 36,000 people. And the comments are absolutely brutal. Wow, wow, wow. There's no way this keeps going. There's no way they can take this kind of humiliation. I wonder what the comments open. Were they live commenting? That would have been brutal. Super chats? Do they take super chats? Who's going to send Michelle Obama a super chat? A billionaire in her own right. Her brother there, he's doing pretty well for himself. And let's see, no, they don't go live. That would be something if they went live. Ooh, that would be something if they went live. Let's see what the next one. Word for the wise, don't mess with Michelle Obama's big brother. What? 1,300 views? Wow. Wait a minute, this is Issa Rae. It's the first one. 12,000 views. This was 9 hours ago, 1,300 views. This is a day ago. Oh, this is a trailer, so they've only done 2 videos so far. Let's watch this trailer.
I am Michelle,
And I am Craig.
and Craig here is my big brother. He's done a lot of everything in life: business, coaching, basketball.
Or Mish, as our family has always called her.
We are so excited for you to listen to our brand new podcast. It's called IMO with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson. Together, Craig and I are going to take your questions about the challenges you're grappling with in life. Because let's be real, we are living through some really complicated and confusing times, and people are feeling.
Guys, what kind of question do you think people would be sending in to ask these people? Man, are you Big Mike? Are you a man?
Feeling more alone than ever. But what I've learned is that if you're
Nigga, do you like white women?
feeling a certain kind of way, the reality is that others are probably feeling that way too. And when you take the time to be just a little vulnerable and open up about it, it's a whole lot easier to find the answers you're looking for.
Every week.
I mean, this is not an attractive audience here. I mean, the host, I mean, and it's going to be interesting. 19,000 views for the official trailer. It's probably mostly media and her single fans, but interesting. Oh, we saw this one. This is this first debut. This is the first one. And I mean, I'm surprised they didn't come up with anyone better. This is another one. Oh, these are only 2 minutes? They've only done one so far? And that was an hour with Issa Rae? What? Only 1 video so far. This ain't gonna last long. Let's see. Oh no, it's 2. Is this? All right, done in 4K.
A lot of people have questions they want to know, especially when they see somebody of note with a platform who, you know, by every measure looks successful. The first question is
The
how?
comments are brutal.
I think this podcast, first and foremost, gives us an opportunity to hear from folks. You know, we're going to be taking questions from listeners
No way
who.
they take. No way they take just organic questions. They're gonna have to like filter these questions. No way they just take random questions. There's no way they just pop them up on the screen from StreamYard and just take questions. There's just no way they can do it. No way. I mean, look at it. They're gonna have to start monitoring the comments. They're probably gonna have to cut the comments off. Yep, someone's saying they're gonna have to disable the comments. 16,000 views and 90% are just people who wanted to tune in to clown. Yep. I just came for the comments. Just two down nerve brothers chopping it up. This is absolutely brutal here. There's no way. Raw and uncut, letting it all hang out. Is untucked with Big Mike and oh man, so these comments are brutal, bro. Just two dudes chopping it up. So wholesome, love to see it. All this for a damn flag. Now that's a quote. Oh yeah, I remember when they said she said that. I just stopped by to laugh at the comments. I hope clicking on it didn't count as a view. The funniest thing here is the folks they pay to be around them would be like, oh, this is a real winner. Which one's Michelle? Yo, her brother is not a good looking guy. A good start, IMO. Which one's Michelle? Wow. I mean, they're getting ratio seriously here. Y'all gonna get these comments disabled. What's up, dudes? Michelle immediately launches into a lecture on what she thinks normal people want and how she is providing. Wow. Let's hear a little bit more of this. And we'll read some of these comments. Wow, these people. Did she even put a table of contents here? Let's see. They talking about their time back in Chicago. Sharing a bedroom, lessons from growing up together. Let's see if they talk about anything. They love to talk race. Why don't she talk race? Playing basketball, the meaning of fine. Let's see what she talks about here.
Life, which is his marriage falling apart.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a mistake, and I've learned since then. But I talk about you all the time to people because now that you're an icon, people are like, "What's your sister like?" I was like, "Listen, this woman used to take care of me from the time when all the way back to when you used to play the piano for me before games. Yes, people, before my high school basketball games, my elementary school sister would play the piano so I could take a nap, and you'd play even after I went to sleep. You kept playing, teaching me how to dance.
Oh yes, you needed help
Before I would go to the prom.
because he was on the court and he hadn't learned like some basic moves.
Yes.
So it's like, dude, your first dance, you got to. So we put on the record player, and
Man, when you look at her head, man, black women gonna be clowning her head, bro. Yo, black women are gonna be clowning her head. Looking like that? That ain't it. That ain't gonna hit right. That ain't hitting right there. That ain't gonna work. Remember there was another girl, the girl doing gymnastics or something. The black woman was clowning her head. I mean, look at Michelle Obama's head. Man, this looks absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you're gonna get on the camera, you're a star. You're gonna have to have your head game right. Your teeth game gotta be right. You know, she's a big time star. Like, people gonna be looking to troll her. Like, someone said there's no way she could go live. No way. She can't go live. She gotta curate this. And you know, part of her not being able to go live is because she can't speak freely. She definitely can have a panel. She can have me come up there. She can have Stanley come up there. HB, she'd have to really curate her audience on a panel. And she has to curate what she says in this edited video here.
it gave you a couple
gave me-
moves that you are still doing to
I
this
still
day.
do these moves to
That's all
today.
you got. It's good though. It's you staying in the pockets.
Stay in there. But what I think about when I think about us relying on each other, when I made the move from corporate America to become a coach,
Yeah.
and the reason that was such a big deal was, I was a bond trader, sales person in investment banking and finance and big time job, really good living. And I was contemplating stopping that to go be an assistant coach on a basketball team.
Is basically saying, I'm going to go from being a millionaire to working for nothing.
Now, what does that tell you, people? What does that tell you? He probably couldn't cut it as a bond trader. And I don't think he did very well as a coach either. That's the interesting thing. The guy just couldn't cut it. He parlayed nepotism, as people love to hate, into a coaching job. He went from a bond trader to a coaching job.